Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to the Champions League Roundup. Got the wonderful co-host, Colm. How are we doing, Colm?
I'm not too bad, thank you, buddy. Not too bad at all. Just been playing Diablo 4 for God knows how many days straight. So I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, I did a stream this morning, which was meant to be a very quick 30-minute stream. Went on for an hour and a half. As we do on the Armour, we just chat loads of rubbish. But look, we're going to talk about that game that I spoke about this morning. But we're going to talk about, obviously, I think the first game was Newcastle against AC Milan, which finished 0-0. And to be fair to Newcastle, one, they done very well to deal with the pressure. However, AC Milan, I watched them, did a watch along at the weekend against Inter Milan. Defensively, they are shocking. So I'm surprised Newcastle didn't break them down. I'm just looking at their team now to see how different it is. Mind you, Tomori was back, so that was a big miss at the weekend for AC Milan. Did you see much of the game, Newcastle Milan?
I saw bits of it. It's not a game that I'm going to say that was fascinating and that I stayed tuned of. But Newcastle's not been in the Champions League for quite some time now, so a point on the first game's not a bad result for him, in all fairness. I was quite surprised it was 0-0 at full time because I thought Newcastle might have had that bit of edge, especially like what you just said, the defence for Milan's not fantastic at the minute. Tomori does make a massive difference, though. A massive difference. But yeah, I'm quite surprised it finished 0-0, but I think they'll do all right.
Yeah. Go to the San Siro. That is one heck of a place to go to. It's one of my favourite stadiums in the world, San Siro. But I'm just looking at the stats now. They had 54% AC Milan compared to Newcastle's 46. AC Milan had 25 attempts at Newcastle's goal, 6 for Newcastle. Passing accuracy within the parameters that I accept, 86% for both of them. That's good enough for me. I'm trying to see how many they don't say much about shots on target. Total attempts. Okay, attempts on target was 8 for AC Milan, 1 for Newcastle, 10 attempts off target. So with Leao, Giroud, and who would have been the other one in their team? I can't think off the top of my head. Who just plays on the right? But Leao is one heck of a player. I'll be very surprised if he's at AC Milan for too long. Where do you think you could see Leao going? Because he's never going to stay at AC Milan for his life.
No, he's not. Leao. I mean, it's hard to fit him in somewhere because my instinct is obviously United because they need another striker, but we've got Højlund now, so and I don't think there's much of an age difference between them either, is there?
No.
I'm sure isn't Leao like 21, 22 or something like that? It might be a little bit older.
Yeah.
So I don't think his move to United will happen. Bayern Munich have got Kane. Maybe a Barcelona or something like that.
Yeah, well, once they've got some money, you mean?
Yeah. Or a Madrid.
Well, I was thinking because obviously if Mbappe does stay at PSG for the next few years, which I honestly don't see happening, obviously PSG's ruled out. So then maybe that's where Madrid go because obviously they want that kind of less-sided attacker. Yeah. But then they got Vinicius Junior, which it doesn't make sense why they want Mbappe, to be honest. Because if they got Vinicius Junior,
they'll play Mbappe through middle, won't they? I think that'll be the thing. Yeah, I think they'll play Mbappe through middle. But I mean, I know he's probably no pro footballers ever watch our show, but it'd be nice if he did. But if Leao is watching and he gets offered a contract at PSG, run the opposite direction because it's a career killer. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it is. So that is Newcastle. To be fair, not a bad result. Let's see if this website I'm using is absolutely atrocious. And yes, it is UEFA.com.
Sorry, and just to say as well, like those stats you read out, and they look bad, but you got to think they're at the San Siro.
Yeah.
You know, stats like that coming out 0-0 is a very, very good result, especially when you're away from home against a very, very hostile environment that the San Siro is.
Yeah. 100%. It's a. To be fair, when I was watching the derby at the weekend, I was quite surprised how quiet it is, how calm it was, considering it was Inter versus AC. I was expecting a little bit more hostile, but it was kind of calm. I don't know what it is. Who else is in their group? I'm trying to work out where their groups are. So it's all over the place on this website here. They're in Group F, so their opposition. Oh, it's Paris and Dortmund. So we'll quickly glance over that. Paris Saint-Germain beat my Dortmund 2-0. They're the other two teams in Newcastle's group. And to be fair, we did discuss this before we went on air. I am going to talk about Celtic because everyone knows how much I love Scottish football. Not a great Celtic fan. However, they are British, so I am going to talk about them. They lost 2-0 to Feyenoord. They are in the group with Lazio and Atletico Madrid. Everyone knows what happened in the last minute of that game. If you don't, I don't know where you've been, but the goalkeeper scored a last-minute equaliser. Providel, 94. I think it's you that sent it me, the clip. 94, was it Rebel? I can't remember.
I think it might have been Rebel, but I've seen it. Good goal.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Goalkeepers can actually score goals. They're pretty good.
We don't score many, but we can score.
Just looking at the stats for Celtic, total attempts for Feyenoord was 16, 8 for Celtic, 58% possession for Feyenoord. Yeah, to be fair, Celtic are going to struggle. I think they'll be lucky to get the third position, which will put them into the Europa League. Is that right?
Yeah, it is Europa League. But, you know, again, I don't think Celtic fans have to worry too much. They're still in a transition period, you know. I think if Ange was still there, you know, things would be a lot different. We'd probably be saying, oh, they'll qualify, even though there's some big names in that group. I think they would qualify. But like I said, they're in a transition period right now. New manager, you know, and no disrespect to the Scottish League, as much as people know I'm not a massive fan of the Scottish League. When you're coming against the big teams in the Champions League, it's a completely different ball game.
Yeah, it is. Let's move on to the blue half of Manchester. They beat Red Star Belgrade. They're known as Crvena Zvezda, but we all know them as Red Star Belgrade. Man City beat Red Star Belgrade 3-1. Red Star did go up 1-0 at half-time. Bakary with the goal, and then Alvarez scored a brace, and then Rodri. Unsurprising, isn't it? I was going to say Queen Moss then. Colm, unsurprising this result, let's be honest.
Very unsurprising, you know. They're going to comfortably qualify, aren't they, to knockout stages? But I do want to say, you know, as much as people rave about Haaland, I think Alvarez is getting slept on. He really is. He's such a good player.
Yeah. They've got a bargain in him. Absolute bargain. He was the one person I was actually excited that they signed because he's brilliant. Haaland, I know he's going to upset people, but he is a one-trick pony. He's literally got one thing to his game: pace. That's it.
Yeah, it's But I mean, we saw what it did last season. You know, it works for him. So if it works, why change it?
Well, exactly. But Alvarez has got all-round game. He's so talented, so talented. And to be honest, City could struggle to keep hold of him over the years if they stick with Haaland, which I don't think they will. I think, to be honest, Haaland is destined for someone else. They'll struggle to keep Alvarez as well. Right, let's look into their stats. 70% possession for City, 30 for Red Star Belgrade, 104 attacks for Man City, 37 attempts. The 3-1. The 3-1 is kind of a little bit kind. Let's be honest.
A little bit kind.
Yeah, but their
Oof.
passing, honestly, Man City's passing accuracy for that game was 95%. That is immaculate. I always aim for about 90%. If you're about 90, that's a good game for you. But 95, that is incredible stats.
It's
But
honestly like it's worrying me. This
yeah,
this is worrying me. City, we've spoke about it before. City start slow in a
yeah,
season.
normally. Yeah.
So if this is them starting slow, what are they going to be like when they're actually up to full speed?
Yeah, exactly. It's slightly concerning. The other teams in their group are Young Boys and RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig beat Young Boys 3-1. Unsurprising, Red Bull, they're a good team. Right, let's move on to. Right, I'll start with your team first, mate. I'll start with yours. So
Okay.
you played Bayern Munich last night. Everyone was expecting an absolute hammering. I wasn't. I think your starting 11 at the moment is still good enough. It's just your squad that is a bit of a shambles. But this is Bayern Munich. But it's Bayern Munich under Tuchel, which is not so dangerous as it is a couple of years ago. But I still think it's a very good performance what you put out there. Did you? I'm guessing you watched the game.
Yeah. I did.
Yeah.
I did.
What did you make overall of your performance?
I mean, we didn't play bad, but we played frustratingly. It frustrated me so much because we ended up turning it into a game of you score, we score at the end, and we're never going to outscore Bayern Munich or any team whilst we've got people that are ball greedy. I'm not mentioning any names, but he plays on the left wing for United. But some decisions that were made in that game as well. I know it's typical, you lost the game, you go towards the referees and all that, but I'm sorry, that penalty that was given against us, what's Eriksen supposed to do? He's 2 yards away from the guy. What is he supposed to do? Answer me that question, because I've been asking that. What is he supposed to do? He's trying to stop he's trying to defend, and the guy is 2 yards away from him, and it hits his hand. He can't do anything about it, and we've seen penalties not given for that in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So what is he meant to do there exactly?
Chop your arm off. So I tell you, all the players have got to chop their arms off now, apart from the goalkeeper.
Oh yeah, apparently. But that basically, I know they scored another goal late on to make it 4-3.
Yeah.
But basically that goal, that penalty gave him that won them the game, because otherwise it was 3-3. Obviously you saw yesterday as well, because I came into your stream when you were doing Arsenal 1 and shouted Højlund.
Yeah.
Very happy he's off the mark as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll get some more. But there's too much, from a United perspective, there's too much inconsistencies throughout the team. Casemiro was fantastic yesterday. Absolutely brilliant, but he hasn't been amazing.
Yeah.
And Rashford, I think Rashford's conned Manchester United, to be honest with you, because he played really well at the end of last season, or most of last season, got his contract, and now he's gone back to doing what he was doing before, and gone back to doing what I slate him the most about, and that's running into blind alleys.
Yeah, I don't get this new player contract situation. It seems to happen quite a lot. The players got signed a new contract, all of a sudden they just down tools. Like, got my new contract. That's it. I'm done.
Well, I mean, you can relate anyway, because Pepe did it.
Yes, exactly. Yes, 100%. I'm just going to quickly Google. How much is Rashford on now? Supposing.
I think he's on like 375 a week or something.
Let's have a look.
It might be a little bit more. It might be a bit less. But I'm sure it's close to that 400k.
Let's have a look. See. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly have a look. Yeah, his own base wage is 300.
300.
Yeah, base wage.
Yeah, and then obviously with bonuses and everything, you're probably looking at about 4.
Yeah, well,
All right.
this is where the journos like to make a big deal out of it because they said Saka was on 300. He's not. He's on 190, 195. Yes, he can make his wage up to 300 with bonuses, but bonuses are earned. They're not a given. So I have no issues with the bonuses that top it up. But we're Rashford 300,000.
Yeah,
Seriously?
he's not worth that much a week. He's
No.
really not. And also, sorry. Also, I just want to say thank whatever presence is out there that Ten Hag has actually played Palestri, because
Yes.
he was another player I was so happy to see on the pitch because he is quality.
Yeah. And he's on £20,000 a week.
Palestra is amazing. He really is. Honestly, like, I know we play Burnley on Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday night. I want the front three to be Garnacho, Haaland, Højlund, and Palestri. That's what I want my attack to be.
Do you think Ten Hag will do that?
No, he won't,
There you go.
because he can't drop Rashford. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you can't drop a player that's on £300,000 a week.
No, you can't. Unfortunately, it's one of those weird worlds. Let's get into the goals. So Sane scored Munich's first goal. Then it was Arsenal youth Nabry. So that all cheered us up in the chat. Then Højlund got his first goal for United. Then Kane from the penalty spot. I don't know who didn't put money on Kane to score against you at some point yesterday. It was a given. Let's be honest. Then Casemiro made it 3-2. Then literally after that, some guy called Tell. I literally have no idea who he is.
He's one to watch, mate. He's quality. Yeah, I don't know how old he is. I know he's only young. He's a teenager, I believe. But the way he just picked up the ball and ran and skipped past 3 or 4 United players as if, like, you know, they were statues. He was quality. He was really good.
I'll have to speak to my German colleagues because he's someone that I've not heard of. So he got the fourth, and then Casemiro got another one. Little faint touch from a Bruno Fernandes. Was it a cross or a free kick? I can't remember now.
Free kick.
Free kick. There we go. Your possession stats: 59 for Munich, 41 for United, 18 attempts for Munich, and 8 for you guys. Because I heard, and obviously I don't know because I was obviously watching the Arsenal game, so I don't know enough about this. But were you on top before that Munich first goal?
Oh, yeah. For first 20, 25 minutes, it was basically, you know, all United. We actually looked like we had clicked. And then they got that goal and heads just dropped.
Okay. I didn't know because that's what I've been hearing. And I'm like, okay. Because I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I'm not going to say absolute rubbish. But yeah, you're fair enough because I trust your opinion. Even though you do support United, but I still trust you.
Cheers.
No worries, mate. So you're in Group A. So who else is in your group? Galatasaray, Copenhagen. That was 2-2, which, to be fair, is not a bad result for Copenhagen. But I do think Galatasaray is the other team you need to worry about. Obviously, Bayern and Bayern. Copenhagen, I think they'll be easy for you at home. I don't want to say you're going to struggle, but it's not the easiest place to go to.
You see, I think we're going to struggle with all of them. I really do.
I don't think it's a given that you've got second. I'm not saying that out of...
I don't think it's a given that we're even qualifying.
I'm more with you on that one because a lot of people saying, "Oh, Man United are going to get second." Are they? Galatasaray had a fantastic summer window. They've put in some fantastic players.
Yeah, and it'll be right. It'll be right. Yeah, right. Anybody that's watching, when United play Galatasaray, put money on Fred to score.
Haven't they also got Zaha?
Yeah, they've got Zaha as well, but Fred will score.
Yeah, I can imagine it. Yeah. Do you think he'll celebrate?
I don't think he will.
You don't think he will?
I don't think he will. We've had him for quite some time now, Fred. I think that respect should come in to play, really.
Yeah, it'd just be interesting to see if he celebrates, because I know a lot of ex-players do or do not celebrate. I'm just wondering what Fred would do. I think Zaha would celebrate, if I'm honest.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
Right, let's move on to my team. Very comfortable win in the end, to be honest, against PSV. And to be honest, that surprised me. I wanted a convincing win, but I didn't think PSV would be that rubbish. I'm being fair to them because they were poor last night. Peter Bosch, I'm sure, was not happy with that performance. Defensively, they were all over the place. Obviously, Arsenal won 4-0. Saka, Trossard, Jesus, and Odegaard. We went with a strong lineup. Raya started, which people aren't too happy that Ramsdale was dropped for the Champions League. They reckon that there should be some sentiment. This isn't football. There is no sentiment in football. 18 attempts for Arsenal, 11 for PSV. All I can say is Luke de Jong was having some kind of midlife crisis in that game. He was angry with a piece of grass. He was angry with the rain. He was angry with a stud that accidentally hit his foot. My word, was he having a moan. 49 attacks for the Arsenal, 51 for PSV, and most of those were probably from Noah Lang. Noah Lang was outstanding until he ran out of air. He was really good. Passing accuracy, 91%. Like I said, 90 I'm happy with, 84 for PSV. But PSV, considering they've been on the 26 game unbeaten run, to end like that is a bit of a shock. I wasn't expecting that kind of win. I wanted it because I want Arsenal to go for the jugular when we go 2-up, and we did do that for a change. But a lot of people are saying 2-1, 1-0, but that was really convincing. I know you probably wouldn't have watched it because obviously you watched the United game, and obviously I had both scoreboards going on in the studio because interest, and Arsenal fans love to banter United when they can. But yeah, it was a good performance, very comfortable. I'm pleasantly surprised. It's Arteta's first game in the Champions League, and I know people could say, yeah, but it's still football management. The Champions League is something different to the Premier League. There's so many good teams that people don't talk about. A lot of people like saying Real Madrid versus Union Berlin. And I said, watch out for Union Berlin because they are my favourite team to watch in Bundesliga. I'm a Dortmund fan, and that's not very easy for me to say.
No.
But Union Berlin, they gave Real Madrid one heck of a game. It wasn't. It was only down to Jude.
But this is what I mean, though. Like, people say things like this, but it's like people have got short-term memory loss. I mean, look at Sheriff and what they did.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. FC Sheriff.
In the Champions League, everybody steps the game up.
Yeah.
Well, especially when they come against the teams like Real Madrid and Barcelona, all these big names. If you're a smaller club, they will play their heart out to be, if it's their cup final.
Yeah. Think of all the money they earn as well. Absolutely.
Exactly. That's what I mean. And it's like, yeah, okay, people obviously saying it's football management, but if the difference between Champions League and league football is if you get a tactic wrong or something in the league, you can adjust that for the next game.
Yeah.
In the Champions League, if you get something wrong, that could cost you your Champions League.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's so much more pressure.
Yeah, 100%. I saw an interview being done with an Arsenal fan the other day, and he said that he can see Arsenal win the Champions League easier than he can see the Premier League, because in the Premier League, majority of the teams that play us, play City, play United, play Liverpool, do a low block. You don't do that in the Champions League. You go for it.
Yeah.
Both teams go for it. There's no low block from PSV. To be fair, if they did do a blow block, they would have probably lost about 9-0 because their defense was shocking. I was just because it was that bad. I was quite surprised how bad the team was last night. But you just don't do low blocks. What's the point in doing a low block in the Champions League? It's basically like a cup competition.
That's what it is, isn't it? It's a cup competition at the end of the day. But I mean, I want to get your thoughts. So, an Arsenal fan I was speaking to said this to me, and he said that game against PSV was a statement to Tottenham. Like, we will come at you and we will throw everything at you. This is how we are. This is how we play.
You know me, and I've said this to you before. I'm worried about playing Tottenham because of Ange Ball. I think I quite like Ange Ball. I think it's dangerous, and it could hurt us. I don't think it's made a statement. I think it's put us confidence. If we had a bad game last night, that wouldn't have helped us. But we had a good game. But I don't think it gives us any more confidence going into North London Derby. Tottenham have managed to enjoy Coronation Street and EastEnders this week, so they'll be nice and rested. Sorry, I had to put it out there. There are other soaps out there as well. Hollyoaks, and to be honest, I'm not a big soap fan, but so I don't know what else there is. El Dorado was at the time when I was a kid. But yeah, Champions League football and Premier League football are two different things. And this is North London Derby. Now, Tottenham could have gone on a 20-game winning streak. Arsenal could be on a 10-defeat losing streak. That all goes out the window for North London Derby. Always does.
It's the thing with this is why I like derbies so much, and this is why I'm going to join you for the derby, because they're so unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. Form means nothing in a derby. Nothing at
100%.
all. I mean,
100%.
Obviously, I know there's question marks over what happened last year in the City United derby, where we beat them the second time round after they gave us a pummeling first time. But it shows United were on. City were running away with everything.
Yeah.
And United beat them. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm excited for it, and I'm not even supporting either team. So
no, he's just there to wind me up. That's what he's there to do.
I'm there to wind you and Dermo up, in all fairness.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I think Dermo's going to probably wind me up and probably wind himself up on Sunday. Look, it's going to be entertaining. The videos have been created for me. I've done the goal celebrations and stuff. I'm hoping I don't have to see the Tottenham one, if I'm honest, but you never know. But no, I'm looking forward to the game. Obviously, me and Dermo having a chat later, which will be fun on the Armory and on here as well. So please do tune in on that. And also on Dermot's channel as well, THFC Till I Die. And I know that Dermo's trying to trick me because he was putting comments in this morning. And he knows that obviously I read everybody's comments because you've spent the time to actually type the comments. So I do try and read everybody's comments, unless there is a trap. Now, Chris Welch did it. He's been a long time follower of us, and he tried to do it as well. And I'm not going to say certain things because I know someone will clip me, because then it will be me saying it, and it's not me saying it; it's someone typing it.
Yeah. Trust me, whoever is watching, you will never get Bobby to say anything. I tried for a whole season last year, and it didn't happen. Yeah. What were I trying to get you to say?
I'm not going to say it because I don't trust you.
Damn it. I thought I got you then for a second.
No, I'm not going to say it because I know you'll try and clip it. But yeah, it's not happening. Big up to Geeks. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I'm back, mate. You were here this morning. I'm back again, and I'll be back later as well. I promise I have had other meetings. I have had tons of my actual work today.
He's been sat backstage waiting.
I have to because my boss, who's actually my cousin, he's in New York at the moment, so I'm actually currently interim boss. So I have actually got the work to do, and I have been doing it. I do promise, but thankfully my work are very accommodating when it comes to this because they know this is my chill out. This is my chill out time when I'm talking about other football. It's mad. I work in football, but my chill out time is talking football. It makes no sense, but it does make sense to me. So I'm not restricted on what I can talk about here. Calm, there were positives for United last night. Yeah, to be fair, Geeks was watching it as well. So big up to Geeks. He did say there was positives. I've heard that there was some positives. Colm, did you see positives in last night's game for you?
Yeah, I did. I can see us gelling a bit more. There's still issues that need to be worked out. Whether they get worked out before Saturday, I don't know. We'll see. But, as a few United fans are saying, and I'm saying it as well, I think United's season starts on Saturday. Yeah. This is when we need to kick on now.
Yeah. Correct. The other game in Arsenal's group was between Seville and RC Lyon. That was a 1-1 draw, just so everyone's aware. And all the games will be back in 2 weeks' time, 3rd and the 4th of October. United. Let's have a see who United have got. Who have you got next? Do you know?
Galatasaray.
I'm going to have a look, mate. Because actually, no, because they've got Bayern.
You've
got Copenhagen. You've got Copenhagen at home.
Oh, right.
On, I think that's the Wednesday. I think. It's just no. Hang on. No, that's wrong. Hang on. But honestly, this website is absolutely useless. Yeah, so you have got Galatasaray at home. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was.
It's for some reason it went straight to the 24th of October. I don't know why. So yeah, you've got Galatasaray at home. Arsenal have got RC Lyon away. It shouldn't be tricky, to be fair.
No,
RC Lyon are pretty poor.
Yeah, I mean, I expect it. Honestly, I'm not just saying putting pressure because obviously no one is really Arsenal fan players or teams watching. But if you don't get another comfortable 3 or 4, then I don't know.
I'll be happy with a 2-0 for that one. To be fair,
you could definitely get more than that though. They're not very. They're not. This is no disrespect to them at all, but the level from where they are to where Arsenal is night and day.
They've sold a few of their good players in the summer. I know this because Tony Silver one is actually that's his French club. So unsurprisingly, I'll be trying to get him on to do the preview as it's his French club because it's not a team I follow at all. I'm a Monaco fan.
Oh God, no!
What do you mean? Oh no,
Monaco.
I'll tell you why off screen.
I mean, the reason why my French team doesn't do anything. It's like my other teams, in all fairness. So,
what's your French team?
Montpellier.
Why?
Because I like them. I like the name. It's funny. Montpellier.
Okay? Hang on. Right. So you've chosen a French team because you like the name. It makes you smile.
Yeah. It gives me joy.
Fair enough. Oh God. I support teams there's family reasons or there's actual reasons, not because I like the name. That's an awesome name, that is. Oh jeez.
I like the
kit. Kick saying away to Bayern Munich was always going to be your toughest test in the group stage. Yeah. 100% that was going to be the toughest game you played. And to be fair, losing 4-3 isn't that bad. Especially coming as an Arsenal fan saying that, trust me, it's not that bad.
But I were expecting, what did I say to you? 9-10-0?
Yeah, Rebel said 7. Yeah, you were all kind of expecting an absolute pummering. I wasn't. That's mainly because Tuchel is an awful coach.
No, he was banned when he from touchline as well.
Yeah. Maybe they should just continuously ban him because honestly, I don't know how he's got that job. The draw away to Seville was a good result for them. Yeah, good result. And to be fair, a good result for us because obviously we're now 2 points clear already, which is great because we want to get this group over and done with as quick as possible. As good as a reason as any shirt, badge, name, whatever works. Kicks disagree with your idea. I think it's mental. Montpellier, just because he gives him joy in saying, unbelievable. I do love you, Colm. But that is it for this week. We will be back, obviously, at some point in 2 weeks' time. Colm sprung this on me today, so we'll try and do this every week after the games have played. This is Colm's little baby. So, Colm, where can people find you, my friend?
You can find me in the deepest, darkest depths of any dungeon where I'm hiding until Manchester United win. In fact, no, I'm actually hiding on Diablo. So as soon as Man United start winning, I can stop playing that. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, which is my handle is the same as my name on screen there. And you can also find me right here on the Full Time Sports Network. I think the next time I'll be on is Saturday, unless something happens.
Well, unless something happens. But yeah, he will be joining me for Burnley versus Man United. And I'm sorry, Colm, I will be supporting Burnley because, as you know, I have a big
great shot there. No great shock there.
Them.
Sorry, Bobby. I will be supporting Tottenham. You know, I've got a soft spot there. No. God, no.
Look, I'll explain it off camera. I promise you'll understand.
No,
why.
I don't need to know now. It's fine. You've stuck the dagger in my heart, Bobby. I thought we were friends.
But no, we'll be back. It's a Saturday late night game, which is nice actually. 8 o'clock kickoff, which is nice to be fair on a Saturday night. I'm kind of looking forward to that. And then on Sunday, obviously we're back to do the Arsenal Tottenham game.
Yeah. That really small game. I don't know how it's a small game down south somewhere. I'm not quite sure. I think it doesn't have any relevance. I don't think at all. You know.
Right. I'm going to shut him up in a minute. Geeks is loving it. Big up to you, Geeks. Guys, I will catch you very, very soon. So will Carl. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.